Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am getting a very strong message, and the message I'm receiving is that there is someone who is part of your soul's network who sent out a signal. And I'm hearing that for many of them, it was a distress signal. So this is a soul who is currently going through something very heavy in this life. And I feel that in this moment of darkness or heaviness, I'm hearing they've decided to change their life for the better, but they're feeling very lost. And so what has happened here is their soul has sent out what I like to think of as an SOS signal to their soul network. And by the way, you've most likely experienced this dynamic before in your life. Most likely you've felt this sudden kind of psychic hit where you would start to think about someone completely out of the blue, or suddenly get the urge to contact someone or message someone that you hadn't talked to in a long time. This doesn't have to be romantic, of course, because our soul network consists of souls that we share a similar core soul frequency to. So this could be soulmates, soul family, platonically as well. Or of course, it could be romantic for some of you. And I do feel that there will be some somewhat romantic related messages that come through in this reading. But what I'm getting is that this person in their distress, in this darkness that they've been going through, sent out this signal. And from a human level, I believe it was subconscious. I don't believe that their human self was thinking, I want to manifest someone to support me or to guide me through this or to be a light for me in this time. But their higher self was more conscious of the purpose behind this signal. Their higher self was sending this signal through the quantum field, through their soul network, so to speak, so that it would reach someone who would contact them or reach out or support them in some kind of way. Now, this support could be energetic. It doesn't have to be conscious. It doesn't necessarily have to involve physical contact or interaction. But I feel that something has been happening with this person where, again, they may have randomly come back into your mind, even if you've hardly spoken to them, even in the past. I'm getting that for many of you, this may be someone that you knew of each other in the past, or ran in the same circles, or were lightly connected or associated, but you may not have necessarily been close or had a close relationship. Now, of course, for others of you, maybe this is someone that you dated or were really good friends with, but I keep hearing like distant past. I know that this is going to be one of those hyper-specific kinds of readings. So, of course, as I always say, only take the messages that resonate for you personally. But I really feel as though this very likely could be someone from your distant past, meaning I'm hearing someone from another life, maybe metaphorically speaking. I mean, for some of you, maybe this is a past life connection that you're meeting for the first time in this life, and their higher self manifested you in to help them at this time, but you have that past life history. But for many of you, this is someone that you knew when you were a very different version of yourself. So when I say that you knew them in a past life, this could actually be this physical lifetime, but you may have just felt like a very different person or been a very different version of yourself when you last interacted with or knew this person. And I feel as though they don't consciously know this new and updated version of you yet, although we'll get into it. I do feel that there will be that opportunity for them to be introduced to the new and updated version of you, so to speak. But I feel as though their human self doesn't really even consciously know who you are anymore, or how much you've grown, how much you've changed since they last saw you, since they last knew you. But their higher self does. And their higher self is seeking out the level of spiritual wisdom that you've come into, because I'm getting very strongly that you are someone who has become very spiritually wise through many different things that you've gone through in this life. And so this person on a higher self level is seeking out that spiritual wisdom in a sense. So yeah, I'm going to use that as a starting point, and I'm going to start channeling some messages from this person and situation. But first, if you would like to manifest contact or communication physically, either from this person or from someone else in your life or from your past, I want to share with you my Break No Contact Subliminal meditation. This subliminal comes from my Subliminals app, Sound and Soulful, which is my absolute passion project. On this app, I have over 130 subliminals for love, relationships, for twin flames, energy clearing, money, business, appearance, manifesting different things in your life. So there's so much to explore here. And each subliminal is available in 10 different background sound options. You can even create your own custom private playlists and read the affirmations embedded within each subliminal while you are listening. Personally, I have seen so many results specifically with this Break No Contact subliminal, even when I was just testing it and creating it day one, listening to it as I was making it and putting it into the app. Within just a few days, I unexpectedly heard from multiple people that I was really surprised to hear from, that I hadn't heard from in a long time. And I have since shared it with all of you, and many of you have left comments saying that since you've listened to the Break No Contact subliminal, your person that you've been waiting to hear from has reached out to you. I have read one comment saying that you actually listened to this subliminal and then your person who had you blocked for 2 years actually unblocked you and contacted you. So I've heard so many powerful stories and testimonials from this subliminal specifically, and I would love for you to try it out for yourself, see how it works for you. You can actually try it free for 7 days when you create a free trial account in my app. And again, the name of the app is Sound and Soulful, and I'll leave a direct download link to get the app in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. So I'm going to start off by shuffling the energy oracle cards, and I just want to know what is going on with this person. Once again, I heard that word distress, that they sent out a distress signal. Yeah, with Healer of the Ages reversed, I'm getting that for many of you, this may be a masculine energy. It doesn't have to be. And in that case, you may resonate more so with the divine feminine here. Again, take those labels however they connect, because we all have a balance internally of both masculine and feminine energy. So take it however it relates to you. But I'm getting very strongly that this is someone who has a lot of unhealed masculine energy. I'm hearing there's something that they've been covering or hiding, almost like for the sake of their emotional survival here. This may even be their true self that's been hiding, that now is really wanting to come through here. And I'm hearing, and then they remembered you. I have to say, there's more to this than just this person's higher self manifesting some kind of contact with you. Although that is part of the story here, I'm getting that in addition to that, this is actually someone who does consciously remember you. If you've met this person in this lifetime, I'm hearing they have fond memories of you, even if the two of you didn't know each other very well. And they've had a subconscious sense. Again, maybe they haven't been in contact with you. I'm hearing in some cases, this person may feel as though you've fallen off the face of the map. I was getting that very strongly. Like maybe I'm hearing you made yourself unfindable. I don't know what that means, but I feel that for some of you, maybe you took yourself off social media or changed your number or went off the grid or something of that nature. I just feel like you made your energy inaccessible to people from this past time in your life and to the people who knew you in that past time of your life. Again, it almost felt like a different life to you. I'm getting that you may actually no longer be connected with that past life in terms of like the people. Okay, this is giving me so many chills because I have to say what I'm actually kind of getting here is when you transcended out of that past timeline, out of that past reality, what I'm getting is, this is going to sound so strange, but it's almost like you actually vanished from that world or from that reality. And I feel like there's been a kind of grief that goes along with that because what I'm getting is like I feel like you knew this person before your spiritual awakening. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I feel that you knew this person. There are so many messages coming through here. I am so excited to be doing this reading with all of you. Let me know in the comments if anything is connecting here, by the way. But I feel that you knew this person in this past life, this past version of yourself, pre-spiritual awakening, before you came into this level of spiritual wisdom that you have now. I'm hearing before you fully remembered who you are in this life, you knew this person. And what I'm getting very strongly is that it's almost as though there was a veil between you in the past, right? Because what I'm getting here is the two of you actually have a deeper soul connection. That's what I've been kind of getting to the heart of here. And I know that my talking has slowed down a bit, but it's because this energy runs really deep. And again, also, not only does the energy run really deep, but in addition to that, this is something from your distant past. And that's part of why the energy has kind of, it's not that it's slowed down, it's that we're sinking deeper into this connection. So there has to be kind of like this unraveling here. So bear with me as we kind of continue unraveling things here. But I'm getting that on some level, this person actually knows now that you've been changing, that you've been shifting. But the thing that I'm getting is this is almost like on some kind of a subconscious level. So it's almost like their soul, their spirit recognizes, wait a second, divine feminine, or again, maybe you don't resonate with being a divine feminine, whichever polarity you're connected to, divine feminine, divine masculine. But it's like they're looking at you and thinking, okay, wow, this person has leveled up in their confidence, in their spiritual wisdom. And they can sense this even if they've been out of touch with you, even if technically speaking, they have no idea at that conscious level what you've been up to, what you've been going through at the moment. With the angel of strength, I'm just seeing you in this state of empowerment, in this state of confidence. And because you do share that deeper soul connection with this person, they're sensing that on a subconscious kind of quantum level. And I'm hearing that they're sensing it even more strongly now because they've recently gone through something that rattled their soul to some degree, something that kind of shook them up in a way. I feel like this person is going through a spiritual awakening of their own. And this has been building for quite some time. And it's almost like their human self has been resisting it because a part of them has been afraid of letting their self fully be seen and be known in this way. So I want to see what else comes up here. What else can I channel for all of the beautiful souls tuned into this reading door to spirit. Yeah, they are awakening. But interestingly, the door to spirit card is on the heart chakra. So this person is awakening through their heart. It's their heart that is actually waking them up. And I'm hearing they're feeling a tug on their heart towards you, Divine Feminine. I keep saying Divine Feminine, even though I know I said you could be either polarity. So I'm just going to assume that most of you listening are more so the Divine Feminine. And I will most likely be including that term in the title or the thumbnail of this video or somewhere in the description box, just so you can more easily find this message. We also have the garden and the gate. You may be seeing butterflies as a kind of symbolism here. I am going to be using my love word scramble, which I haven't been using here. We have the words future, slow, and angry. Yeah, I feel that this person has been angry either at the world or at themselves, but I'm hearing that it's because they're waking up. I'm also getting the word accountability, like they're starting to take accountability for things or to retroactively analyze their life or their past behavior, ways they may have behaved in the past, ways they may have treated others. I feel like this person is angry at themselves, but there's also a level of anger just generally. Maybe they're finally letting themselves feel angry for things that may have happened to them in their childhood or childhood wounds emotionally that they may have experienced. With the garden and the gate, yeah, I'm hearing unfindable. This person, they literally saw you like this glitch in the matrix, like you were someone who is literally unfindable. I'm hearing, where are you? Where are you? That's almost like what this person's soul has been saying. And I'm hearing that they've actually been looking for you in the quantum realm energetically for a long time, but you were, I'm hearing, on a different level. It's almost like you were being divinely protected from fully meeting or connecting with this person. They're showing up here as man holding a coin reversed and the healer of the ages reversed. Yeah, two cards of a masculine still deep in their wounding, deep in their pain, not yet fully activating or healing. I feel like that's the state they've been in. And that's why, even though they've been wondering about you, they've been thinking about you, they've been searching for you, they've been blocked out from being able to fully find you or connect with you. And I'm hearing the time wasn't right. And I'm getting that all of the sudden, very recently, for some of you, as of when you are listening to this video, this may have actually happened for you just in the last couple days. But I'm getting that you suddenly got a very strong urge to look for this person or to connect with them in some kind of way. And I'm hearing that this wasn't a coincidence, that this was your soul answering that call. Because like I said, they've been searching for you for a long time, but the time wasn't right for this. Yeah, now with action upright, I actually feel that in some cases you may have been really guided to take some kind of action here. Now, of course, I always say listen to your own intuition when it comes to taking action towards another person, towards anyone in your life. Maybe your intuition was telling you to wait or not to take action, but I feel for many of you, you felt this actual intuitive guidance to take some kind of action towards this person or to, I'm hearing, drop them a line. So maybe you didn't take all of the action that you could take. You didn't fully bridge the gap between the two of you, but you may have dropped this person a line or a signal, or I'm hearing opened up a portal, like created an opening where they could step through and contact you or connect with you. Because again, for some of you, I feel you've been very off the grid. You've been unfindable in a sense. And so maybe what you actually received from your intuition was this sense of, you know what, I am going to put myself on the map a little bit. I'm going to make myself findable to this person, or I'm going to drop them some kind of line so that it opens this kind of doorway that they could choose to step through and contact me or connect with me in some kind of way. That's what I'm getting. Now, for some of you, I mean, just to give you an example of kind of what I'm talking about here, I feel that for some of you, maybe you've been off social media for a while and this person is on social media, but you felt guided to reactivate an account or maybe even send them like a follow or a friend request or whatever, depending on the social media platform. Again, that won't be for everyone, but I just feel that I'm hearing you made yourself like known or visible to this person in some way, or you created some kind of an opening that wasn't there in the past. Don't get me wrong, this person has been searching for that kind of opening. I feel like for a while they've been searching for ways to find you, to connect with you, and they haven't been able to. What's changed? I want to know why they're able to now. I'm getting so many goosebumps, which is always my sign of spiritual confirmation. Door to romance. Wow, okay. They're ready to open some kind of door with you that they weren't ready to open in the past. I'm hearing desiring and being ready are two very different things. So this is someone who has desired to be with you or to connect with you for a while, but that desire didn't equate to readiness. And now they actually are both desiring and ready. And that's why you were sent that signal, or you received that signal in a more conscious way. Now, I want to see if I can get any further messages from this person. By the way, some of this reading is reminding me of lyrics from a song that I recently wrote and released called The Light in Your Room. This song is so meaningful to me. It's a channeled thread of energy that I've picked up on from our collective. And for those of you who don't know, I've started sharing my music through my Spotify platform, Songs by 𝗓𝗏. And so I will leave a link to check out my latest song, The Light in Your Room, in the description box of this video. You can listen for free. And if you follow me on Spotify, I will be able to notify you first whenever I release new music. I'm actually working on my third song right now, which hopefully will be out in about a month. But yeah, these are channeled threads of energy that I am actually putting into musical form, into lyrics and singing. So thank you so much for the love and support on my newfound music endeavors. And again, if you do want to follow my music on Spotify, then the link to listen is going to be in the description box of this video. But I really feel that this person perceives you as this light in their room, this light kind of in the darkness here with the regret card in the reverse position. I'm also getting the sense that I'm hearing the words revolving door, almost like their mind is caught in a revolving door when it comes to you. Or what I'm getting very strongly is this person may feel as though they're being sent through a revolving door that's like taking them, looping them back into the past, which again may be the distant past when they actually were more connected with you. And I feel they're being forced to see themselves letting you go, or not taking action, or not saying how they really felt about you. I have to say, I know I said this may not be romantic for everyone, but for many of you, if this is someone from your distant past and you ever had a romantic vibe with them, or thought, you know, maybe they had a crush on you, or maybe you felt that way about them, or maybe you did date or have a romantic connection, I feel if there was that romantic undertone, this person here is saying like, I regret not speaking my true, deeper romantic feelings for you, because even if some things were said, I feel more was left unsaid than was said. Now, for some of you, nothing was ever said, and that would be the biggest regret of all for this person. For some reason, I was seeing a spider web, like a cobweb, but this could also be someone like going into a space that has collected dust and cobwebs, metaphorically, like a place that they haven't been in a long time. And I'm hearing you unlock that place for them. It's almost like they've begun to connect the memory or the thought of you with this distant past place within themselves that they're accessing through thinking about you, or through energetically connecting with you through memory. Wow, okay, I got this sudden download, and this is actually really reminding me, Divine Feminine, of how I've talked about how you become a touchstone for people, meaning sometimes, okay, how can I word this in the best way? Sometimes when you meet someone, especially a masculine energy who is unawakened, you leave an impression on them that, yes, the impression is made, but they don't register it consciously. They don't maybe even know it's there. But then years or decades or however long it is down the road, when they actually go through a spiritual awakening, or I should say, if they go through a spiritual awakening, they are automatically reconnected with the memory and the thought of you, because you are the one who actually planted that seed initially. You are the one who left that subconscious impression on them. So it's almost like that impression that was left gets reactivated. And I'm seeing it like glowing, like almost like an imprint. I'm seeing an imprint made in clay that cements, and it's like they were completely unaware of it. And then now I see it glowing and lit up. And that's metaphorically what happens when they go through this awakening. That impression of you gets reactivated. It gets brought from the subconscious to the conscious mind. And suddenly they start thinking about you. They start wondering about you. It's reminding me of that quote about when you're ready, the teacher appears. And of course, some of these connections may not necessarily be like teacher, like a mentor student kind of dynamic, spiritually speaking. But what I'm getting is, even if it is romantic, there is sort of that, it's strange. Spiritually, there is almost a dynamic of you teaching this person spiritually, even if there is a romantic partnership undertone, if that makes sense, which is very common because the divine feminine is actually the spiritual leader in the connection, and the masculine is more so the leader, or meant to be the leader, in the physical realm. And ideally, that's how the masculine and feminine would harmonize so perfectly. Again, these labels are not connected to gender, so you could be a female who has more masculine energy or a male who has more feminine energy. But when this blend of masculine and feminine energy comes together in a partnership, it can be really harmonious and mutually supportive, because the feminine can lead in the spiritual realm and the masculine leads in the physical. And it allows both to be able to balance and stabilize and harmonize themselves more easily, focusing on those areas of expertise, so to speak. Now, of course, we talk a lot about balancing your own internal masculine and feminine and the power of doing that. But I feel many of you have actually done that. You've come to this place where internally your masculine and your feminine are balanced. And I'm hearing, it's not that I can't do it, it's that I'm kind of getting tired of doing it all, if that makes sense. Because you are being both the internal masculine, the internal support, stability, the physical leader for yourself, but you're also being the softness, the art, the muse, the feminine, creative, spiritual side of yourself. And what I'm getting is you've learned and explored both aspects of you, and you've learned how to balance them internally. But now what you're really seeking is that external partnership with a masculine who takes care of some of those physically based roles, so that you can hone in and focus even more exclusively on really refining your feminine side. I'm hearing being able to create while knowing that there's that sense of stability. It like creates, or you've been seeking someone to help you create this container with their masculine energy that allows you to soar even higher with your feminine energy, to explore even deeper in the spiritual realm, to create even more purely and powerfully without needing to constantly like rebalance and internally stabilize yourself all the time, if that makes sense. I just keep getting the sense like you know how to be both the internal self-support, the internal masculine, and the internal feminine for yourself. And of course, because you know how to do that, it's something you'll never lose. You'll always know how to come back to that. But I'm also getting the sense that you are seeking someone who can help to take some of that burden off of you, so that you can focus at times more purely and exclusively on refining those more spiritual and creative aspects of yourself or your work or your life. And anyway, I don't know why that bit of a side message came through. I know this reading is getting kind of long. I call these mini readings, but they aren't always so mini. So I know that many of you are curious to know a bit more about this person, and I'm feeling that these are co-creations. So I can sense oftentimes when many of you are kind of calling forth more information. So I am going to answer that call because I do have the time today. And I'm going to reshuffle, and I want to just pull a bit more information, specifically from the Love Oracle. I feel for many of you, this is a romantic connection. So I have the words city, respect, screen. I feel that this person's soul deeply respects you. Maybe someone lives in like an urban area or in the city here. With the word screen, I'm hearing watching you through a screen or looking for you through a screen. So for some of you, this person may have been searching for you online. And again, maybe you went off the grid and only recently made yourself somehow like accessible to this person. For some reason, I keep seeing glasses throughout this reading as well. I've also seen a male with pierced ears. If that resonates with you or someone else, that won't be for everyone, of course. These are just details that come through. We have the cards, I'm not ready to step out of my comfort zone. I'm trying to distract myself from thinking of you. I'm sorry I lied to you. But when I read that card, I heard, I'm sorry I hid from you, or like I hid my true feelings from you. I'm hearing lying by omission. I feel like this wasn't overt lying necessarily, but lying by what they weren't saying, lying by what they were leaving out. I want to message you, but I'm scared you might reject me. Walking away from you made me realize how much I love you. I'm hearing I could leave everyone and everything else in this place behind except you. And what I'm getting very strongly is whatever world the two of you were connecting with, I should say, whatever world the two of you were in when you last connected, in that distant past place that we've been talking about, I feel as though you both kind of were loners in that world. I mean, you may have had friends or people you connected with, but I feel that you both were very independent energies. And after you moved forward from that place, I feel you both lost touch with a lot of the other people and things from that past place or time in your life. But somehow the memory of you has stayed alive for this person, even as seemingly all of these other people and things from that past phase of their life seem somewhat irrelevant to them now. So I'm really curious to know how this is going to move forward. Let me pull some traditional tarot cards. How is this situation going to move forward? I got the name Josh for someone. I got the word Italian, glass, jungle. I'm hearing someone feels trapped in the rat race. That may be this person when it comes to their job or their work or something of that nature. Okay, so what I'm getting most strongly is things are going to pick up very quickly between you. I'm hearing when that spark reactivates or when that connection point is made, if or when the two of you do connect, I feel like there's going to be a lot of chemistry. I feel that it's going to progress very quickly. And you know what else I just kept hearing? Even yesterday, I kept hearing the words, ideal, like you are my ideal. And I feel like that is coming from this person. They perceive you as their absolute ideal with the Six of Wands, like you are their ideal person. And I feel that you've always been. Again, that's why they were always searching for you. They were always looking for you because they've always considered you to be this ideal for them. With the Strength card reversed, I also feel that this person is going to open up to you and be vulnerable. But with the Hermit, this is very rare for them because lately they've been in a hermit mode. They spend a lot of time alone. I feel like they've been very deeply contemplative. And that's also what's led them to reflect a lot more on that past that the two of you may have shared or when you were in the same place. I feel like you've almost been energetically sensing or feeling this person heavily contemplating you and that past time that you spent together. With the Star card here as well, I keep getting that your energy or your presence is meant to help or guide this person through a spiritual awakening that's taking place in their life. So this may be literal for some of you. By being in this person's life in some capacity, you may actually help them through a spiritual awakening they're experiencing. I'm hearing to like discuss ideas or things that have been coming up for them that they don't have anyone else to talk to about. For others of you, it may be less literal. So it may just be that just by like, maybe you've been visiting this person in dreams, or just by like being in proximity to them, being in the same space or being connected even online in some way, I feel like this actually might in some cases be enough to be this kind of like subconscious guiding light for this person. Again, through a time in their life that's been really dark, but the reason for this darkness is because they're actually going through a spiritual awakening that is really shaking up their life in a major way. So That's what I'm getting from this situation. I'm going to go ahead and leave things here, but if this did resonate for you, I would love to hear from you in the comments. And if you do want to stay updated on this situation, I feel we will be sharing more content here on this person in the future. So be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for the channel. Of course, if you do want to check out my Break No Contact Subliminal to help you manifest contact either from this person or someone else in your life, the link to download my Subliminals app and get this Subliminal and try it free is in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. You can check out my music under my artist name, Songs by 𝗓∞, and the link to my latest song is in the description box as well. Otherwise, I am going to go ahead and leave things here. Thank you so much again for tuning in today. I am sending you all so much love, and I will connect with you here again in tomorrow's video.